Squid Game, the challenge is actually one of the wildest shows I've seen, and it's not because of the challenges. The people on the show are literally unhinged, and some people under pressure, they stay true to themselves. They were kind, they were sweet, they were genuine. Some people actually suck, and we're gonna see what some people will do for some money. Some people really act up for $1 million. And I'll do some stuff for $1 million, but these people, they're different. And I have no one to talk to about this show, and I really like this show, so I'm gonna be talking to you about all the stuff that happens. It's crazy. For the first challenge, there are 456 people, and they need to break up into 2 groups, the red X's and the blue O's. So it's basically like 226 people, or 28 I think, people in each team, and we need 2 team leaders. So these 2 British twins volunteered to be the leaders. And so for this challenge,
a timer will begin. When your room believes 456 seconds have elapsed, you must push the button.
And whoever gets closest wins, which is about 7.5 minutes. They have to count. And as you expect, pure chaos breaks out. I mean, people are screaming, yelling, fighting, shoving. It's an actual mess. With 200 people in one room and everyone's trying to speak, it's not great.
Everyone when they're speaking. They're gonna get us killed. These bitches are gonna get me killed.
People flew all the way to London for this, so I'm pretty sure they don't want to go home on the first challenge. So for the red X's, they choose to elect a band. I think it's like a show cover.
That's what you missed. On Glee.
They choose to elect a band. They play AC/DC songs, and so they know how to stay on beat, on tempo, on pace, like those metronomes. I think that's what they're called, metronomes. And they keep beat. So they are elected to go up and count for the group. And for the blue team, they kind of got it together. They elect a nurse to count for them and her friend. And then they choose the nurse because she does CPR and they think she can stay on beat, I guess.
1, 2.
I don't think that's really a smart plan, because CPR, you have to go on a specific beat for their heart, to start beating correctly. I don't know if I explained that right, but they choose a nurse because she can do CPR. I don't know how that really correlates to counting. If it was me, I know I can't count for 7 minutes and stay on pace. I could count for 7 minutes, but I'm not going to be accurate. My 1 second, my timing's not going to be right. So personally, I would not have volunteered. I would have been in the back being quiet, but she volunteered, so she must be confident. She goes out there, people are agreeing. So it's not all on the nurse if she gets it wrong.
Please do not blame us if we do not make it.
No.
The nurse brings her friend up there, and they start counting.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
She's doing the CPR movements in the air. She's trying, but she's going slow. She's just doing stuff. I don't know. I don't know. She's not staying on pace though. She's going slow. So people on the blue team start to get upset, like she's going too slow, but you can't stop her because she's counting. So she's gonna lose place. Where she was counting. So the British twin kind of has to step up and listen to the people yelling at him, and he presses the button. So I think we know who wins, and the red team wins. They are safe, and all of the people on the blue team are going home. They're done. That's the first challenge. It's over. And I would have been mad. I would have been mad because I flew all the way out here to London, and you're saying the first challenge I get eliminated had nothing to even do with me, because they were really wasting my time. They were playing in my face. Because why am I going home because a woman couldn't count? That's not my fault. There's 200 of us in here yelling. This is not my problem. I thought that game was kind of messed up. I would have been hot. The twin from the blue team that volunteered, he actually gets to stay in the game, but he has to eliminate 3 people. He and his twin's gonna go home too. They have an hour to choose 3 people to send home.
I have an hour to eliminate 3 people. I have to basically go up to them and say their number and say, good luck in the game.
So this might put a target on their back. They have to be slick about it. They don't know anyone. It's the first day. So they go around asking people, what would you do with the money if you win? Which I think is a good plan. I mean, you want to see maybe someone has a real cause, a real reason to stay around to keep them. I think I might have just chose people at random. I don't want to get too attached and feel bad. So I think I might have walked up to anyone and chose them. Some people have some real genuine, I think, better reasons for being in the game. Say family members, or they want to donate to a certain charity, different things like that. But they go up to this one girl, and her reason was,
I would rent a super yacht for like a week, and I would take me and all my friends out, and we would just party. And that's the first thing I would do, and then I would get to charities and whatnot.
But they didn't think that reason was that great, so they choose her and eliminate her. Now they need 2 more people to eliminate. So they go up to Mark. player 100. Super sweet. They asked, what would you do with the prize money?
So, like, we want to have, like, a Star Wars wedding.
That's cool, man. That's actually got me like thinking that wedding's gonna be so cool.
He says that he would have a Star Wars themed wedding and he would rent out Disneyland and then he would save some money for him and his family and stuff like that. I love Star Wars as much as the next person. You were the chosen one. It was said you would destroy the Sith, not join them. I don't know if I said that right. So those acting skills right there, yeah, I know you saw that. You know, I know you saw I can act a little bit. I mean, come on, that reason wasn't great. I mean, compared to some other people's reason, that wasn't great. It was a Star Wars themed wedding that he was gonna spend $1 million on. I think he said it's $1 million. Dang, on a wedding? Woo!
I have like $1 million to my parents, $1 million like for me and Rachel, just like do what we need to do, and $1 million like for like the best wedding we can have.
But Mark seems like a sweet guy. We'll get to Mark later. Seems like a sweet, genuine guy. I like Star Wars, but that reason wasn't great. But they don't choose Mark. So their time is ticking and they go over to 2 other twins. We're gonna call them the Black Twins. They don't even ask their reasoning. They eliminate them. I said, now, that was weird.
Much luck in this game, like so much luck. Yeah, it's crazy. I just hope that we get through in it.
I watched this guy, DeAndre. He hosts a podcast of the Squid Game Aftermath. So he talks to players on the show. And he brings up that point too. I thought it was kind of strange you eliminated 3 black people and there's mostly white people in this game. I'm just saying they might have unconsciously let their bias, you know, get in the way of their choices. I understand like, oh, they're twins, so maybe they have more of an advantage. But I said, wouldn't you want to keep twins in the game? Because they'll be a target. You all are twins, so people are going to come after you because you have 2 people in the game. So I would want to keep another target. And there were actually 19 other family pairs in this game. So it's not like, oh, they were the only other twins. There were a lot of twins, a lot of pairs in this game. So it was kind of weird how they got rid of 3 black people. But, you know, the game's a game. And we move on. So people are really kind of suspicious of the twins, like how they get eliminated, who eliminated them, what's the reason.
It's either he goes or eliminate 3 people and then he can come back in.
4-3-1 that actually voted them 3 out. That's how he came back.
So people have already a target kind of on them. So for the next challenge, they're going to break up into groups of 10. And they are going to be playing the 6-legged pentathlon. That was a mouthful. But they are broken up into 2 teams. Guard separates them down the middle and they are competing against each other. So there are 5 games that they're going to be playing, which is ball in the cup, throwing stone, jeggy, gongi, and house of cards. Sorry if I mispronounced those things. But we'll give a little background. Flying stone, they have to throw a rock basically at something on the ground, knock it over, they pass. Jeggy, which I would do, you would just have to kick a little ball thing 3 times, you'll pass. House of cards, you have to build basically a house of cards. That's a little explanatory. Ball and cup basically is the same thing. You have to get the ball into the cup. And then last is gongi, which is a little harder to explain. I kind of thought of it as jack, but I think I might be totally wrong. I have no idea how to explain gongi, and I can't do it. I've never played gongi. And me personally, I would pick jeggy. Jeggy kind of looks like hack and sack, so you just have to kick the little ball thing 3 times. I played soccer when I was young, and when I say I was young, I was like 10, 11. I might have been younger. I think I could hit the little ball thing 3 times, we'll pass. And the other ones look infuriating. Ball and cup, I knew that would have raised my blood pressure. And then house of cards, I've never built a house of cards. I don't have the patience for that or the time. I knew I couldn't do that. Teams are going by. Some teams are making it. Some teams hop instead of walk, which seems tiring. They were jumping the whole time around the whole track. And I don't know, that maybe had better coordination. I don't know what the reason was. I would have been exhausted if I had to jump everywhere. Because they were doing it though. They made it. They passed. They jumped the whole way. But I know you guys had to see the clip. A girl was doing house of cards and she is shaking so bad. The cards are bent up. They're destroyed. She tries using her mouth to put the cards together. I'm like, I don't know why she chose house of cards where you literally have to be still. They're done. I would look at her and be like, are you for real? We're going home. So half of the teams make it, and so we cut down the 226 to half again. But before we get to the next challenge, if you like cruises, cheesy fries, butterflies, you should go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I like those things too. And if you don't like those things, okay, let's get to the next challenge. All the players go into a room. There are 4 boxes on the ground with dots on them, and there are 4 different colors, which are pink, blue, yellow, purple. So you stand on one of the dots in the boxes, and that's the team you're on. And there are 3 spots missing, so 3 players are out just for now. We'll get back to them soon.
Will not play the game.
They go into another room. There's more dots in a different lines now, and they have to play a game of catch. So not to harm, it seems yet.
If the ball is dropped, both the thrower and the catcher will be eliminated.
This is a team game. There is going to be 16 balls, and once 16 balls drop, the game is over.
Any remaining players will automatically pass the game.
whoever is in the front of this line has the best chance of winning. It's a guaranteed win. Whoever's in the middle has an okay, I think might be the most dangerous chance, because whoever's in the back, it might not even get back to them. If 16 balls drop before it gets to the back of the line, everyone is safe and you don't even have to touch a ball, throw a ball, anything like that. So I think the middle might be the most dangerous area because you're most likely going to have to throw a ball at a far distance before the game's over. For the blue team with the British twins, they say up front, hey, my brother saved y'all, he deserves to be in the front of the line. And some people were like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. They're guaranteed getting through because they have to literally throw it like 3 feet. And then some people were like looking like, no, I don't think that's fair. I'm like, you guys, he didn't save you. One, actually got all the blue people killed. He didn't do anything. And then the other guy on the red team, he was barely taking control during all the arguing. And then he didn't do any of the counting. I'm like, he didn't save anyone. He just pressed the button. I'm like, the audacity on these two twins. He's like, we saved everyone. No, you didn't. The musicians saved everyone. Let's be for real. But people let him go to the front, let the twins go to the front because you don't want to make enemies. You call them out, they get through, you got enemies, you got a target. So they go to the front of the line. Pretty selfish, but it is a game for yourself. But at this point in the Squid Game, it's a team game. So you making enemies saying, I need to go in the front, I need to protect me and my brother, that's not a good look. You look selfish. The blue team makes a plan. They're going to put their strongest players in the front. And then once they get to the weaker players, which might be in the middle and the back, they are going to switch and throw to a different team. But while the strongest players are in the front, they are going to stick to their team.
If we put our strongest people in the front, we toss to each other. When we don't think we can make a throw, we turn around and toss it to an easy.
That's the plan for the blue team. For the pink team, this one is crazy. So 272 Ryan, his idea is to say we should put Mark 100, who I talked about earlier, in the middle-ish, or like when it starts getting kind of far back and people might not be able to catch it. Put him there because people are going to judge him based on his appearance and they will not throw to him.
No one's gonna throw anything to Mark.
Agreed.
I'm just throwing it out there.
So he's really just hammering Mark.
They're gonna judge Mark a lot. They will judge him.
On how you look and how you talk.
People judge you, Mark.
Sir, this is literally bullying. Ryan, I don't know how old you are, 35, 30, whatever, at whatever age you are. You are a grown man and you know how you should be treating people. And that is not how you go about it. Because other teams kind of do this plan later. People volunteer themselves and say, hey, I kind of look unathletic. You can put me in the front and people won't throw to us. That's other people's plan.
That our team will scoot through because our front half looks so bad that no one's going to want to throw to us.
But you single out Mark for what? For a game? So one guy finally stands up and is like, hey, we're not going to be singling Mark out. Brian, would you like if someone called you out? Hey, with how you look, we're safe. How are you this old and you're being mean? And he knows he's being mean. Once you see Mark uncomfortable, you should say, hey bro, I'm sorry, I went too far, my bad. You saw Mark was uncomfortable and he kept going.
6th grade again, okay?
And Mark seemed like a sweet guy. He seemed sweet, he seemed genuine, he seemed like a cool guy. Mark has to go off and cry for a second because that was mean. He doesn't know anyone like this in here and you're basically calling him out. Seems like the pink team still goes through with that plan. They kind of put Mark in the middle-ish and they put all the strong players in the front and then they kind of want Mark to hold the line. So that's kind of how it goes. Now we go to the yellow team and this guy Viper, who is 152, kind of takes charge. And this is when we talk about the 3 players that did not have a spot earlier. The 3 players had to basically put a bet on someone and they would be playing the game for them.
You must select a player to play on your behalf.
The person they choose gets eliminated in the round, they get eliminated. This guy, Jaunty, an Australian guy who is number 118, he chooses Viper to get through and be the person that plays for him. So Viper kind of came up with a plan that I would have. He says to put the weakest players in the front because they can't catch, they can't really throw, so they have the safest chance of getting through. And then if they do drop the balls, it gives the people in the back more of a chance that they might not ever have to throw a ball and they can just get through safe, scot-free. Because they're strong too, it's okay that you can put them in the back because they think they're going to be confident enough to throw and catch. And for the purple team, I have no idea what they're doing. A girl throws a plan out.
And when that catcher is looking for someone, I'm like, I can't close my hand all the way. I have a condition.
The plan was crazy. I don't know what they were doing, but purple team, I don't know what their plan is. Kind of just happened. So the games begin. Player 17, Vanessa, is in the front of the blue line and she gets to go first out of everyone because she has the lowest number in the front of the lines. So she sticks to the plan. She throws the ball to the twins. The twin catches the ball. Now the twin throws it to his twin. The twin catches the ball. So everything is going well. This is literally like a 3 feet, 5 feet throw. So it's nothing too crazy. So now it's the twins' turn to throw it to number 98, Matthew, who is a cop from New York. And the twin, he gives up on the plan. He betrays his team.
We want to save our team. We want to save our team sport.
I'm guaranteed my spot, okay?
He says, I want to go with the other teams because they're closer to me. It's a 5 foot and 7 foot difference. It is not that much of a difference. How can you not throw a ball 7 feet? So he shows in front of everyone in the room, everyone who's still in the game, that he would betray his team that quick. The plan for the blue team was to only throw to the blue team to guarantee everyone is going to be safe in that line. They have the easiest throw so far since they are this close up and they're the first team to go. The twin turns it back. He starts looking around. He says, I'm going to throw to this player.
3, 2, 4.
Change plans on us, guys.
You're changing the plan?
You change plans on us.
Really?
Change plans on us.
Crazy. He switches on his team that quick. The first chance he gets, he switches on his team. So the people in his line are mad. The cop like, throw it to me. I can catch a ball. Throw it to me. He said he's a baseball player. Throw it to me. It's not this hard. So he just showed in front of everyone. He can't be trusted. He's a snake.
The ball and I'll catch it.
It won't
Don't
make a
think about
difference
it.
to you guys.
Don't think. You throw me that ball and I will catch it. We have a plan. Throw me the ball. I'm gonna catch it. Throw me the ball.
So all trust is lost with him. People don't like him. But then the twin kind of wants to go back to the blue team. Say, no, I'm gonna stick with the blue team now. I'm gonna stick with our team.
I'm sticking to the team.
Go. Let's go, baby.
Sticking to the team.
Let's go. Don't think about it.
I came with these lot.
I said, bro, it's too late. We already know you're a traitor, you're a coward, and you already turned on your team. You a snake. But he throws to the cop, 98 Matthew. Matthew catches it. It was a 7 foot throw, bro. It was a 7 foot throw. Why did you not think Matthew could catch that? So Matthew catches it, and it kind of smooth sailing from here. People are catching it, nothing too crazy. Blue team sticks to the plan. Once they get to people that are weaker, they throw to another team. It's going well. People are catching the ball, and then boom, someone on the purple team drops the ball. First one. They're both out. And now the lines are starting to get further back. Oh, I do want to say this about the cop. Matthew, he does kind of rub people the wrong way. He's a little abrasive. You know how people from New York got that stereotype? They're a little, hey, I'm walking here. They're a little, rough around the edges, a little more blunt.
I'm a softball Just toss player. Him the ball.
98 is being annoying.
Confident, baby.
I never liked that guy.
So people aren't feeling Matthew too much still. He was doing a lot of yelling on the sideline.
He's got it. I told you he's got it. What did I tell you? Let's go. Confidence. Piece of cake.
Really, any attention you bring on yourself is not great at this point in the game. People are looking at you. If you bring attention on yourself, you got spotlight on you, you got target on you. And which I think he did the right thing. I might stick with the plan, but you could have said it a different way. He was doing a lot of yelling, a lot of, hey, throw it at me. So people have their eyes on the twins and Matthew. So the lines are getting farther back and it's a farther throw. And people on the purple team are starting to drop balls. And but they're starting to drop some balls. And now it is Ryan's turn. The bully from earlier. He gets the ball thrown to him. He catches it. He's good. So now it's his time to throw it to someone else. The other person drops it. They drop it. And Ryan and him are both out. They're gone. So Ryan is out. I was a little happy about that. Ryan wasn't the nicest guy. He wasn't a nice guy. He was being mean. So and now we get to Mark. It's his turn. A woman is throwing to him. And Mark is like, hey, I got it. Look at my shirt. It says 100%. I got it. He's like, trust me. I can do it. So the woman throws him the ball. And Mark drops it. Bumbles the bag. It was so sad to see. They want Mark to leave. Mark seemed like a cool guy. He lost. I know I talked about his wedding earlier, but I mean, if he wins, he can do whatever he wants with the money. So now the lines are really getting to the back. Not too many have dropped the ball, not enough for the game to end. So now we are in the end of the yellow line, and that is where Viper is. He is the last person on the yellow team. So he gets the ball thrown to him. He catches it. The guy who threw it is safe. It's Viper's turn to throw to someone else. So no one else is on his team. So he has to throw to someone else. And the teams are far back. So he goes to all the different teams. And this girl says an iconic line.
Do I look like I catch balls?
Oh my God.
That was great though. I mean, they're all trying to mean mug him. Kind of like, don't throw to me. I don't want the ball. I don't want to get out. But Viper has to throw to someone. So he chooses the team that's closest to him, which is Dalton. He's literally the closest to Viper. He goes with the smartest plan. I'm going to throw to the person closest to me. And Dalton, I see where he's coming from. He turns around, he's like, don't throw to me if you want to go home. So he's really trying to put on, a show. Like, I'm going to protect my team. We're stopping here. But every person is doing that. So Viper's yelling at him, like, play the game. Like, I have to throw it to someone. You're the closest. I'm throwing it to you. Viper chooses Dalton. He goes through with it. And Dalton, he called his bluff. Dalton turns around and they're going to do it. Viper really had to persuade him. Bro, just turn around and do it. You the closest. At that point, you put up a fight, but it gets to a point where you just got to turn around and catch the ball, man. It's not that deep. So Dalton turns around. Viper throws to him. Dalton drops the ball. Dalton drops the ball. That means Viper is out, Jaunty is out, Dalton is out. And that was so sad to see. Viper put up a good fight. He was literally at the end of the line. He let people go in front of him who had a better shot. But he was at the end, so he might have been kind of safe. The ball might have never got to him if people dropped more of them. But we do have some good news. Netflix had a chance for people to vote for a player to come back next season. So we will be seeing Viper next season in the Squid Game. So I'm happy to see Viper's going to be coming back. And casting is actually open right now for season 3. So y'all want to apply, go ahead and apply. It's an easy application. I would love to see y'all there. And tell me if y'all apply. Y'all should. It'll be fun. What you got to lose? And that is the game. Enough balls have dropped. People who didn't have to throw the ball, they're through. Okay, so the next unofficial challenge, kind of gonna go by it kind of fast. Nothing is too eventful that happens, but there is this Russian nesting doll in the middle of the room, and every time it sings, someone can pick it up. They can get reward, punishment, advantage, or nothing. So when the music starts playing, whoever wants to open the doll, whoever gets it first, can open it. And so Isaiah opens it. His number is 410. He gets a reward, which is a sheet cake, and he shares it with everyone. So he gives it to Natalie, who is number 75. And so now Natalie passes the doll to this other woman. She passes the doll to number 98, Matthew, the cop from earlier. Matthew wanted it at the beginning, but he didn't want it anymore. He has to go back to the boardroom and put someone up for elimination to go against him. It is basically a popularity contest, and whoever gets the most votes will stay in the game, and the other person will be eliminated. Not a ton of people like Matthew.
That cop from New York.
What about him?
I think that he's a big threat. I think that he has a really big, loud, scary, accent.
If you're feeling that way, if you're noticing that, you're probably not the only person noticing.
No, you're not.
So he kind of already has a target on his back, and people are ready to eliminate him. So he has to find one other person who people like less than him. And he does. He chooses one of the twins. And that was basically the perfect person, because anyone else, they would have voted him. So he goes up against the twins. He kind of says like a sob story before, like I'm in here for my family. He tries to put on a whole show and stuff, and the voting begins. It's between Matthew and one of the twins.
098, you're loud and obnoxious, but 431, I think you just play selfishly and without honor.
And Matthew gets the most votes. He wins the popularity contest, and one of the twins goes home. That's what you get for being a snake. You lost everyone's trust. I forgot to say, the first person that opened the Russian nesting doll, he got a disadvantage in the next game. So we don't know what the next game is, but we just know he got a disadvantage. Because for the next thing, which I'm very excited for, I really like this game, he has to be cuffed to someone, and he chooses the other twin. So one twin just went home. The other twin now has a disadvantage. He's going to be attached to this guy for the next challenge. And you guys might know, you guys saw Squid Game season 2, the real show. The next game is Mingle. So it's all about who can run to the door fastest. It's about alliances. It's about friends. It's a lot of betrayal. So Mingle is a game where they say a number, and it can be 6, and 6 people have to run into a room. It can be no more, no less, or the people in that room will be eliminated. And then people that don't get into a room in time, eliminated. But it looked like a lot of fun. The set design is crazy in this show. I have to give them their props. It looks great. It literally looks like they're in the TV show. So for the handcuff duo, this is going to be rough for them. They do make it through a few rounds, but they get eliminated. They're out. They're gone. Their team kind of dip on them. They run to a different room, leave them behind. And then we get to see Trinity, who is 398. His friend is not in a room, and they need one more person. Like, they have a few people, but they need one more person, but Trinity's already in a room. So the people are holding Trinity in. I have to look at it clear. Y'all know they're really holding Trinity in. Can't leave. He's crying. Like, that's my friend. No, they kept Trinity in that room, and his friend was eliminated. And he says,
I'd rather her win it all than me.
And I'm like, Trinity, this is already foreshadowing, because look how you acting. Your head not really in the game for real. But his friend's out. He's crying. It's rough. A lot of people were crying during the game. A lot. And from the podcast I told you about earlier, behind the scenes, they said there was a lot of pushing, fighting, shoving. They said punching. I said, whoa. They said there was an adjudicator that comes out before every game, tells them the rules, tells them what's allowed, they can ask questions, different things like that, make sure everything's fair. But I'm like, why would the producers not really stop that? That was weird. They said the producer said some stuff, but people were getting stepped on. I said, dang, it's rough. But I heard that they had to make their groups on the platform. So it was kind of strange that all this would happen if they made their groups on the platform, and then they would run run off. Not that they had a lunch break in between Mingle. They played some of Mingle, went to a lunch break, came back to Mingle. So I don't know if people got tired and fed up, but this leads into they have a rebellion. So they lock hands and they say, we're not playing anymore. Originally, I thought it was a real rebellion, but this is a reality TV show because there was too many coincidences. Because they say, okay, you don't want to play anymore, that's fine. They say, get in pairs of 2. Everyone had a pair of 2. Not a single person that did not have a pair. And the next game, I'll tell you now, is Marble. They're going to be competing against each other, but everyone had a pair, just happened to have a pair when people rebelled. So everyone was able to play marbles. And in the real show, the people have a rebellion, so I feel like that kind of made sense to have a rebellion in the fake show. And then they, like I said, they had a whole lunch break, so I don't know why people would still be upset. If you had a whole lunch break, you could chill out for a little bit, and then you went back to the games. So it felt more like it was staged. It makes sense. It was really entertaining. This is a whole show about eliminating people. You want to be the only winner, so it's weird that they didn't want to eliminate anyone else. But they did say it got a little violent, so I see how that would crazy. But I want to get y'all's opinion. I don't know if I'm just naive and thought it was real, or what. Did you guys think the rebellion in the show was real or not real? I want to see what y'all think. I think it might have been a little fake. So now the next game is marbles. So they have 20 minutes with their partner to play a game of marbles, whatever game they want to play with marbles, and whoever has the marbles at the end wins. So I'm going to introduce you to Zoe, who is 369, and her dad Kurt, who is 370. They are going against each other, and I thought it was kind of strange that they actually play a game of marbles.
Okay, you cannot lay off me, and I cannot lay off you.
Deal.
I feel like y'all are in the same family, so I would just keep whoever is the strongest in the game, whoever has the most allies, whoever can be the most sociable, whoever you think is most athletic. I mean, I don't know why they actually play the game. They're like, I'm not going easy on you, so whoever wins wins. I'm like, what? You know, y'all are splitting the money. Like, we're all a family, so we're all gonna be sharing the money. So send whoever is most likely going to win into the game. But they really play, and I'm like, Kurt, as a dad, why'd you not just let your daughter win? I've been there with my dad. My dad would have been like, hey, you got it. Like, go on, win the thing. Like, you got this. Not my dad trying to really fight me to get this last spot. What? This is, what? It don't make any sense. Zoe did win, so maybe Kurt threw the game and let her win.
You just let me win, did you?
No. To end that for your daughter? I don't know if I can sleep at night.
But Zoe wins. Perla, who is number 72, and Jeffrey, who is number 283. They do what I do. I'm like, as a brother-sister duo, we're splitting the money. It don't matter. Like, we're family.
So I think what we should focus on is who makes more sense to stay.
So Jeffrey does. Jeffrey's like, Perla, you got it. Go all the way. I know you can do it.
Because you're so outgoing and like, you know everybody here, it's harder for them to be ruthless to you.
He said he don't know that many people, so they're really not gonna have a problem with cutting him out, which makes the most sense. But Pearl was going through it. This girl was sobbing. She was crying. And as a girl who cries, I mean, I cry. I cry. I'm a crier. I mean, I got big emotions. I cry. I kind of felt her. I know people were like, you're not really dying, but she about to leave her brother, the only person she really know in the game like that, is about to leave. She loves her brother. Okay? Let a girl cry. She wanna cry, she wanna cry. Anybody, the crying ain't hurting nobody, okay? Let her cry. The other matches weren't as emotional, nothing too crazy. They kind of just played the game, got through whoever won. But I do want to talk about Steven, player 183. This is where we find out he's a professional poker player.
You gotta strategize, you gotta read people. So I'm just trying to do silly things that maybe throw her off.
So they play a game. The girl he's competing against puts a marble in her hand, and Steven is gonna guess what hand has the marble. So I thought this was kind of slick. She doesn't know that he's a professional poker player, so he can try to look for tells, see if she has like a way to figure out, kind of trick her into telling him which hand is in. So he wins, and we do find out that Steven is a millionaire. He has won $6 million in a professional poker game. He got second place, which is crazy. I said, Steven, come on now. You already a millionaire. I'm not saying he can't be here. He can be here, of course. It's free will, whatever you want to do. Not that deep. But you already a millionaire. Why are you in the Squid Game? I say, we kind of defeat the purpose. The Squid Game is for broke people. You're supposed to come in here, get money. Like, that's the whole show. But we have a millionaire in here. I said, that's that greed they talk about in the Bible. Right there. That's that greed. So why in the world you got $6 million and you back here trying to get 4 more million? And we are going to go on to the next small challenge, not official challenge, is monitors. There's not a ton of people left, and we need 3 monitors. So monitors are basically going to get special treatment. They're going to be in leadership positions, and they choose as a group. They vote for Isaiah, who we know earlier he passed out the cake, Kate, 327, and this other guy. This other guy does not really matter. Sorry, I don't know his name. But they vote for him, and they get to have special betting. They get new name tags, and they get a special breakfast in the morning, which I'm pretty sure tastes really good because I heard what they were eating, and it sounded disgusting. It seemed like they were eating like flavorless, water, mushy porridge. No flavor, nothing. They said they were losing weight. I understand why. That food was most likely delicioso. But these perks are basically supposed to immediately separate them from the group, give them a sense of power. They had to have someone make their bed for them, which was weird. I guess you already know what they're trying to do. Targets on their back, but they vote for them and those people volunteer. So, and actually Matthew wanted to be a monitor, but no one still likes him, so they don't let him be a monitor. But of course, with all these sweet treats, you know what's coming next. A twist, a punishment, something. So now all these monitors have to go into a separate room. They choose 3 people. They don't know what for what. But they choose Matthew, 98, and 2 other players. They don't know it yet, but they soon find out that they are going to be competing against the monitors.
The first player to place their number patch in the black box will sacrifice themselves to save their teammates and eliminate all 3 players in the other room.
Kate basically checks out. Kate's like, nah, I can't do it. I can't do it, I'm out. And so Isaiah and the other guy, they do rock, paper, scissors, shoes. Isaiah wins. The guy takes off, rips off his name tag, puts it in the box. They win. Matthew is out. The other team is out. They were going back and forth a little bit. They were talking and taking too long. And the monitors win. So Kate and Isaiah are still in. But now they choose a new monitor who is Claire 409. But with great responsibility comes great power. With great power comes great responsibility, from the Batman, Spider-Man, Iron Fist, that, you know. So Claire now has to go choose someone to eliminate. And before this happens, before she chooses, all the monitors have a discussion. And Isaiah comes to them and Isaiah says, hey, I can't be the nice guy anymore, saving people.
The days of me looking out are over. I'm gonna give you a sword and I'm gonna stab you in the front. And you're gonna try to stab me too.
And Claire takes that as it's every man for themselves. And that's kind of how it is. He was trying to be honest, like, hey, I'm looking out for myself. Claire takes that as, okay, it's every man for himself. Okay, cool. Thanks for telling me that. I'm like, Isaiah, now why would you tell someone else? This is a competition. Why would you tell them it's every man for themselves? I'm not looking out for you. We not on teams. And he knows she has the coin. He gave it to her.
Use this 10 coin to eliminate a fellow player.
Yeah, that's your coin? Oh, thank you.
So Claire, she take that coin and she go to the vending machine and she eliminates Isaiah. And I'm like, well, yeah, that makes sense, Isaiah. You just told her we not on the same team. But why are you going out your way to tell people? Keep that as an inside thought. Why are you telling me it's every man for themselves? Of course I'm gonna eliminate you now. You not a team player, sounds like. So she eliminates him. I said, dang. He's gone off the show. We go to the next challenge, which is slides and ladders, which is basically just shoots and ladders. I guess they didn't want to get sued, but if you never played shoots and ladders before, I haven't. But you roll a dice, go to that spot. You can go up a ladder if you land on that. And then if you land on a slide, you have to go down. But this time there are 2 slides. So one slide will eliminate you, take you out the game, and one slide will just bring you down to a different layer on the board. There's actually a new thing too. They have twist cards, so there are basically you're forced to do a challenge or you have to make a decision about something. The first people up are Steven and Kevin, which is 402. They're the red team and they get on the board. They're cool. Next is Perla and Zoe. Perla rolls 2 6s and they land on a twist card and it says,
send a team to the next unused slide. They must take a slide each.
So the loophole that they do later in the game, one person goes down one slide and then they get to see which slide is safe, because they might go down the right slide and then both of the people on the team are safe, or they go down the wrong slide and one person's safe. So Perla and Zoe choose Steven and Kevin. Zoe says she has a relationship with everyone else on the teams and they choose Steven and Kevin. So they go down the slide and Kevin is eliminated. Fair enough. Steven is not happy about this. He's like, I'm out for revenge, game on. So looking at them, staring at them, he's not happy about that, which is fair. It's your friend. So your friend just got eliminated. I get that. That's fair. That's how the game goes. This is when Steven's like evil art comes in. So the game goes on and then Steven finally lands on a twist card and it says to
send a team to any ladder or any unused slide.
And you know who he chooses. He's on his revenge arc. He chooses yellow team, Perla and Zoe.
Steven is giving me death stares.
That's what they get. That's what they get. I hope one of them disappears.
You gotta chill.
And Zoe goes down the slide first, takes the risk for Perla, and Zoe is eliminated. So Perla and Steven have both lost a player. So Perla's upset. I mean, it's not a thing where people turn on Steven, because Steven is not a light character.
Wah, wah, wah. Slide was kind of fun though, right?
I don't feel bad about it. I don't know why you're crying so much. It's just a game.
Steven is hammering home with the slide comments. He says something that was a little funny. He's like,
she didn't come back.
That was a little funny. But he was making all these sly comments, and then Perla gets upset. Yes, she played the game. You got her back. Let's end it here. You both lost a player. Let's end it there. Steven's going in with the comments. It's like, okay, bro. Let's start with the comments. So they have beef now. They don't like each other. Now Perla gets another twist card, and it says, make a team, skip a turn.
It's not good for me.
Strategy over passion, maybe. Strategy over passion.
And you know who she chooses. She chooses Steven. And I'm like, yeah, go get him. I don't like Steven.
I pick red.
Steven misses a turn, but then Perla lands on another twist card, and it said to send a team back to the start. And she chooses the pink team. They're one of the teams at the top.
Pink team has an advantage right now where they don't have to go down the slide.
So she does a strategic move. That's Kate's team. And Kate earlier says when she chooses Steven to don't choose an emotional, be strategic. Don't let your emotions get you.
Strategy over passion, maybe.
So she was strategic, and they had to go all the way back to the start. But as Kate's going down, Pearl's like, hey, I'm sorry. And she's like, tell that to my son. I said, what?
I'm so sorry.
I can tell that to my son.
Tell that to my son. And then Pearl is like repeats like, tell that to my son. Are you for real? And then the other girl that just got sent my dad said, that's what she's here for, sweetie.
Tell that to my son, she said.
That's what she's here for, honey.
I know.
Okay, that was, ooh, that would have set me off. You acted like I'm dumb, first of all. I'm a grown-up. I understand what she was saying. But for you to say something, so that was just nasty. Like, Perla had an intent to hurt your son. And then Kate later says, I hope she's upset. I hope I made her angry. I hope I made her sad. I said, ooh, you a nasty lady. I ain't gonna call you evil, but you a nasty lady, because why are you trying to make you mad?
I hope she feels really bad. What's wrong with her?
Perla didn't do it because she liked it. It's a game, y'all. Let's relax. She chose a team. You guys were at the top. She chose y'all. I mean, if anyone's in that position, they're most likely going to choose the person who's about to win. Hey, we're all here for our family, most likely. All of us have problems. All of us have struggles. So for you to try to guilt trip Perla, say something nasty like that, like she's trying to hurt your son, she's not hurting your son. It ain't no ill will. It's like, we gotta be grown-ups about this. She's not trying to curse you and your family. She had to choose someone. She chose y'all. Y'all about to win. So it was too much. So Perla, she tried to act tough herself, but she started crying. I would have been in that same position. You act tough for a second, I would have been crying. I would have been crying. And my tears don't hurt anyone. Why can't I cry? I would have cried. So Kate, I got some feelings about Kate. Her true self came out there for a second. I said, ooh, so that's who you really are. Good to finally see that, because that was nasty. And the other girl got some smart comments. Keep that to yourself, guy, when he's talking to you, okay? So I'm rooting for Perla. People coming after Perla. Perla got two enemies, Kate, Steven. We're gonna go past Steven and Kate do make it through. They're safe. And then Perla is the last team to make it through. So Perla, Kate, Steven, they're all in to the next round. 3 people got eliminated. But after the game, Steven and Kate come apologize, go give her hugs. And Steven says that he knows that more people are on Perla's side, so he goes over there and apologizes.
I think everybody's taking her side. Not good for me at all. I'm gonna just play nice, but not overly nice to where it's obvious.
Kate's like, yeah, I don't know what came over me. They don't feel like real genuine apologies. They're just trying to stay in good grace. And they're not trying to have targets on their back, because everyone just saw what just happened. So they try to make nice, makeup, and Perla's like, oh yeah, no problem. But Perla said, yeah, I know who you are now. You show me your true colors.
And also, like, I feel like Kate apologized to me. Like, girl, you said what you said, and I know how you move now.
They're both basically like, we not cool, but we gonna act like we cool. Stay in this game. So Kate and Steven are kind of paired up, the two villains of the show. I know it's been editing and stuff, so they're most likely not horrible people. The show's edited. But Steven and Kate pair up, and Steven tells Kate, like, hey, I'm a poker player, and I've won $6 million. And Kate kind of switches up on him. It's like, oh, okay, well, good to know. Like, da-da-da, like, kind of feels some type of way, like, oh, wow.
And of course my thoughts are, well, why are you here? Surely that's enough.
You in here playing for money, you got $6 million? It's like, come on now, man. Everyone is thinking that. It's like, come on now. Kate's son does have, I think, a lung disease, or so I see why she said that. So for the next challenge, I think this is challenge 7. Everyone is going to be blindfolded, and one person is going to place a box on someone else's desk, and the person that gets the box has to get up and try to guess who placed the box on their desk. And if they get it right, they are safe, and the other person gets eliminated. If they get it wrong, they're eliminated. And this one is a tough one, because I think there are 10 people. So you really have like a 10% chance. So the odds are not in your favor. So you don't want the box on your desk, basically. We go through a round and we have player 110 eliminated, 412 eliminated, 409 eliminated, 318 eliminated. And now we get to Faith, which is Deja's friend. Faith gets the box on her desk and Steven placed it there. Faith is trying to go around and figure out who did that. And actually behind the scenes, we get to find out that Faith and Steven were friends, which was, they don't really show that at all, their relationship. But they were friends.
Steven and I had a very close alliance, and so did Deja. We were all in a very close alliance the whole game. Like, Steven and I were friends the whole game.
And Faith is trying to like figure out who it was. And Deja's like,
player 412.
I don't think that's...
Wait,
no,
that's your
decision.
No, you don't get to do that and then say that. Who do you think it was?
Faith, go with your gut. You've been right. I don't know.
But she's about to say, I think it's Steven, but Faith goes for AJ. And she gets it wrong. Faith is eliminated. So after the game is over, Deja like asked Steven, like, did you put it on Faith's desk? And he's like, yeah, he admits he put it on 2 people's desks actually, but he only admits to 1.
I know which one. Did you do Faith?
Yeah,
I knew it.
I
knew it.
And she's like, I knew it. I should have said something to her. But I forgot to say, Deja is a cop too. And she was a detective. I think she won Detective of the Year. And she said she saw many cases and Steven has a tell. He gets very serious when it's him. And then when it's not him, he's really goofy, smiley. But he got dead serious when it was him. So Deja read him like a book because she was right. She was right. Her detective skills are coming in. So I thought that was so cool. But she doesn't tell anyone that she's a cop. And Deja's like, well, you done messed up now. You told me you eliminated my girl, so now I'm after you. So
That's not smart to let me know that. I don't know why you let me know that. Yeah, that was stupid. That was stupid. Because now you gotta go.
So Steven got several enemies. Steven get tore up. He got enemies. I'm like, why would you admit you put it on her Faith desk? I don't know why he would do Faith like that. I mean, I guess it's circle of trust, so you're supposed to turn on your friends, but dang. So we are coming to the final 6 people. They play a quick game of shuffleboard. So the teams break up. We got Trinity, Deja, and Perla on one team. We got Steven, Vanessa, Kate on another team. And it does, I know race was a big thing talked about like how they separate and stuff. And you know, the game's gonna mirror real life. People usually go with people they're more comfortable with and different stuff like that. But we got the black team, we got the white team. And they have to play shuffleboard, but they thought they were gonna go against each other, but they're actually going against the people on their team. So they do shuffleboard and Kate does the worst on her team and Trinity does the worst on his team. So Kate and Trinity have to go against each other and Kate gets eliminated. Trinity wins. But now we move on to the dinner. Everyone's in their tuxedos. It's like the final challenge. But they have to play this like guessing game. What that we said earlier that Steven played, you have to put the coin in your hand. People have to guess. You have certain chances. But we're gonna rush past this because Trinity self-sacrifices. And that's the foreshadowing from earlier. I'm like, Trinity, you got this far, you gonna self-sacrifice? Come on now. You 456 people, y'all are the top 5. I just win it. Just go through. Very sweet of him to do it. But dang, I mean, he could have done good with the money. Seems like a good guy. So I mean, he could have got the money and helped people with it instead of giving it to someone else. But you know, he made his choice. He self-eliminates and he's out the game. So now we're on to the final game, y'all. 4 people left. Steven, Vanessa, Deja, Perla. Challenge number 8. And it is red light, green light. I was so happy to see this game back. I really liked this game. And they are running in their tuxedos, which is kind of crazy. But they had the adjudicator come out and they were able to do a test run individually. Each person was before the game started. And they started and off the bat, Vanessa's out quick. Boom, she's gone. I said, dang, that's rough. And then Steven's got a good lead on everyone. But Steven trips. He's out. Now we have Deja and Perla. Perla's in the lead. Deja's catching up. But while Deja's running, boom, she hears a pop in her leg. She falls to the ground. She tears her Achilles. This is crazy. You would have thought this was like the NBA Finals. She tears her Achilles. I'm going to put up the photos, I think, of her surgery if I can find them. We'll pair it out to her, first of all. I was really happy. I was fine with Deja or Perla winning. But Perla wins. Perla wins. Ah! She has won, so she just has to make it past the finish line. Of course, she does. And she is the winner of Squid Games. I was so happy to see that. Super happy that she won. I feel like she deserved it. She went through a lot. She shed a lot of tears. So for my final thoughts, I need to know, what is Perla's curl routine? How did she keep her curls looking that good for 3 weeks? She won. I don't want no comments saying that Perla had her brother, so she had double the chance of winning, so she kind of blah, 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 whatever. She did have her brother. Many people have family members in there, and that was not against the rules. If I was on the show, I would have brought all my family. I mean, if it's in the rules, you're allowed to do it. So she brought her family members, whatever. She won fair and square, so I was so happy to see Perla win. I really enjoyed this show. So what are your thoughts on the show? Were you happy Perla won? Did you like Steven? Did you like Perla? Whose side were you on in the beef? Let me hear your thoughts below. But this is why I like Squid Game. I got more to talk about, but this is where we're gonna leave it because I talked a lot right now. So I really enjoyed talking about Squid Game. Please subscribe, like below, tell me your thoughts about my takes. So that's the video, y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.